So we have a wonderful holiday of Succos. Succos is known as Zman Simchaseinu, the season of joy, the season of happiness. The question is, what's so special? Why is this holiday so special? So special day of happiness. And I alluded to it in last week's Parsha Minute, and I want to just elaborate. And I want to point out something else, something very interesting. And that is that on every of the major holidays, we read one of the 5 Megillos. So, for example, on the holiday of Paysach, we read the Megillah of Shir HaShirim, Pesni, Song of Songs, because that relates to the idea, to the theme of Paysach. Now, on the holiday of Sukkot, we read the Megillah called Koheles. And the irony about the Megillah of Koheles is that Koheles talks about how meaningless this world is. Everything just goes around in cycles, and the rich become rich, and then they die, and then they don't leave anything for their children, and people become rich, and people become poor. Whatever you do, whatever is discovered was already known earlier, and it makes a very dreary picture of this, of the world that we live in. And the question is, so is this what we read on the holiday representing our joy? And I think that the answer is very, very powerful. The answer is that on Sukkot, as we mentioned last week, Sukkot comes after Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Now, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur were very focused on the purpose of life. And when we're focused on the purpose of life, then everything that we do is done for that purpose. And then everything becomes meaningful. When everything that you do is meaningful, then you're happy. Happiness is when everything that you do makes a difference. You belong to the world belongs to you. You take care of the world, and the world takes care of you. Hashem is there, and He needs you to be part of the world. And that's what the message of Sukkot is. We go into the temporary huts, and we live there focusing on it's only a temporary world, but we're here to accomplish something. And the Koheles is very clear, and it frames everything in the context that everything under the sun is meaningless. Under the sun is always a reference to this world. But there's something above the sun. The world above the sun is very meaningful. Under the sun, everything is mortal, everything dies, is born and passes away. The waters empty into the ocean, and the ocean goes up into the rivers. Everything is in cycles. Nothing is really meaningful. It's just cyclical. But that's in under the sun. But Sukkot is above the sun. We live in a world above the sun, and that's the joy, because everything we do has eternal meaning. And I just want to wish you a wonderful Sukkot. And again, I'd like to remind you to join us for our spectacular pizza in the Sukkah hut. And I appreciate you watching this Torah Minute. Thank you very much.